Let's get serious as we move on to our next insert, conservation. SASOL has supported the activities of the Endangered Wildlife Trust's Vulture Study Group for over 10 years.
Therefore, when some birds were drowning in the Blouberg, SASOL was asked to help. Let's find out how.
The Blouberg, or Blue Mountains in Limpopo Province, northern South Africa. Home to conservationists Peter and Janine Snyman. Also to park warden Johan van Wyk, who tells us more.
The reserve is 9,300 hectares big. It covers the eastern tip of the Blouberg mountain range like a blanket, eastern plains, southern plains and northern plains, and then the mountainous areas in which the vulture colony is also situated.
Peter and Janine work for the Endangered Wildlife Trust's SASOL Vulture Study Group on the reserve.
We've been on Blouberg for 10 years now, Blouberg Conservation Project. We're an NGO and primarily tasked with doing environmental education amongst the local communities that surround the reserve. We're a community-based project for the most part, the vulture facet of our project, and we have a steering committee which comprises residents of the village of Undermark. Very, very committed individuals.
We supply water to this specific point here for game and for vultures. The vultures come and bathe here. And the source from this water was a borehole at the back here that we used, and it dried up a couple of years ago.
And the holding dam at the still functional waterhole further up the mountain, the level had dropped somewhat. Birds hadn't been able to get water at the restaurants and had gone to the dam looking for water and had fallen in, and a number of birds had drowned in the dam. What we were seeing potentially was the tip of the iceberg. You know, once vultures start going to a place, you have a few birds pitching up initially, and then there's more and more and more and more and more. So if there were 6 vultures, say, in the beginning that drowned in this reservoir, then in very short order you're looking at a lot more that would also be drowning in this reservoir. Now, firstly, we're on a nature reserve. Secondly, we're very close to what is in all probability the most important colony of Cape griffon vultures in the world, if you like. It's an endemic, endangered species. Now, for a problem like this to exist on the nature reserve and so close to this very important colony was completely unacceptable. And SASOL, Richard Hughes in particular, understood this completely from the word go. And given SASOL's commitment to preserving the environment, which is absolutely admirable, without hesitation, within a question of hours really, they'd agreed through SASOL Polymers to provide us with the materials necessary, the pipes that join us, the fittings, etc., to lay in this water pipe going from the holding dam to the vulture restaurant.
We had some people coming in with instruments, GPS, to come and plan it for us. And then we dug the trenches ourselves by means of tractor and labor, hand labor. We laid a pipe as well, and the pipe is a polyurethane pipe, 50 millimeters in diameter, class 6. It runs by means of gravity, and there's no real pressure involved in this pipe, so, and it supplies adequate water for this point.
Well, we do the rehab work. We have a program running with the local villages of the village of Undermark, which lies directly below the breeding cliffs. Seasonally, young vultures, fledgling vultures, leave the cliffs too early. We don't fully understand this yet. Usually it goes according to rainfall, very high rainfall. They land on the ground, and traditionally they were killed by the youngsters of the village and went into the muti trade. What we do is, again, SASOL sponsors us. We offer rewards for living vultures. The youngsters give us the birds. We keep them here, strengthen them up a little bit and release them again. They get 50 rand for every bird they hand over alive and uninjured. And to date, in 6 breeding seasons, we've recovered over 350 vultures from them. So it's been a very successful program. And it's rippled out to affect all sorts of other aspects of conservation as well, which is extremely positive from our point of view. Whenever we approach them, SASOL have been very prepared to sit and listen and have always been prepared to help us out. And for that, believe me, I would like to praise them as much as I possibly can.
Great to see how we could help Peter, Janine and the community in their efforts to conserve South Africa's vultures.